Hello and welcome to Notice Tonight, the show that decodes the region. I am Wasbir Hussain. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had been to New Delhi recently with his entire cabinet to tell the union government just one thing clearly, that Manipur wants peaceful solution to Naga issue but would not accept in any way a solution that involves any part of Manipur without an unanimous approval of the Manipur Assembly. In fact, Manipur government has toughened its stand by saying that the state would not accept anything in the Naga Accord involving Manipur, be it in the sphere of culture, administration, tradition, economy, or territory. Now, this makes matters really complex because the Nagas from Manipur largely wants to be part of an arrangement where they are with their brethren in adjoining Nagaland or elsewhere. The Naga argument from Manipur is that the land where they are living traditionally belongs to them and they should be given the right to decide their future as long as they want something within the Indian constitutional framework. In this backdrop, it is clear that the Naga peace accord can be reached but still has to traverse a road full of thorns. The question is the status of the Nagas from Manipur the only reason now why the Naga issue is left unresolved? To discuss the subject, I am joined from Kohima by veteran Naga leader Mr. Kaka Iralu, who is the Foreign Affairs head of the Naga National Council. Also in Kohima, I have Mr. Ilu Nadang of the Naga Hoho, who will be joining me shortly, and Mr. Achumbemo Kikon from the opposition Naga People's Front. In Imphal, I have vocal social activist Mr. Johnson Ilengbam. Also from Imphal, I am joined by Rupa Chandra, editor-in-chief of Impact TV, and Mr. Seth Satsang, former president of the All Naga Students Association of Manipur. And of course, at our studios in Guwahati, I have Mr. Mayur Bora, well-known writer and commentator. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. I'd like to go straight to you, Mr. Kaka Iralu in Kohima. Mr. Iralu, although we say it is the Naga Peace Accord, Nagas outside Nagaland may be out of the provisions of the agreement. That is what is the general impression. Nagas from Manipur could well be left out of the provisions of the Naga Peace Agreement. What do you think?
Yeah, there has been several attempts to integrate all these Naga dissected territories into one political umbrella, but it has failed so far. And our immediate neighbors are also against such an integration. So primarily the talks may focus on only the Nagas of the present Indian state of Nagaland.
Okay. Mr. Iralu, you know, Manipur has made it very clear this time that Nagas living in the state should be left alone. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh said that the accord should not impact on Manipur in any way without the approval of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. Mr. Iralu.
I have to take about 2 minutes to answer your question on that.
Sure, yes.
Actually, Nagas and the original inhabitants of the kingdom of Kanklepak, the Meitei people, we are very much related to one another. In fact, Nagas, especially the Tangkhul tribe, is the elder brother of the Meitei people. We came together in a common migration route and we settled down in the mountains of Manipur as well as the mountains of present Nagaland. And while they were there, the younger brother, the Meitei ancestor, decided to go down into the plains and settle there.
Yes.
Also getting the assurance from his elder brother that if he faces any problem in the plains, he will light up a fire in the plains, and the elder brother was requested to light up a similar bonfire in the mountains so that people will know that the Meitei brother was not alone. So the Meitei kingdom was established from the from AD 33 to late early part of the 18th century.
Yes.
All the 49 kings that had ruled in the Manipur plains were the Meitei people. And only after that, the issue of the Mayangs coming in and the Pangals, Muslim people coming in,
Yeah.
happened much later.
Okay.
So, if we go to Meitei history, it dates back as first as the first century, but Manipur history as we have it now is only about 300 years old. Now we have to make a difference on that.
Okay. Mr. Kakairalu, hold on. You have there described, delved into history. I'll go to my panelist in Imphal, but before that, very quickly, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, he is a spokesperson of the opposition Naga People's Front. Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, you know, the Chief Minister of Manipur, Mr. Biren Singh, had been to New Delhi with his entire cabinet and have clearly told the centre that Naga peace accord is welcome, but it should not impact Manipur in any way, and that the Manipur Legislative Assembly will have the last word on anything to do with Manipur. So this is clearly a toughening, hardening of stand by the state government in Manipur. What do you have to say, Mr. Kikon?
Yes.
Mr. Kikon, can you hear me?
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. You see, as far as integration of the Naga contiguous area is concerned, it is not a desire but a right on the part of the Naga people. Because we are not asking a land that belongs to others. These are an ancestral part of Naga homeland where our land and our people have been divided without the consent of the Naga people. Now, today you will find some of the Nagas we call it the South Nagas, that is in Manipur. Some were placed in Arunachal, some were placed in Assam, and majority of them you'll find in Burma, so also in Nagaland state. This is a historical right I would like to justify because this claim of the Nagas is not against the wishes or historical rights of others. This is very much a right on the part of the Nagas to claim because we are asking a land that has been divided without our consent, and therefore it has to be brought back under one administrative roof. I would like to go a little further by stating that if you see the 9th point Akbar Haidari agreement, there itself in one of the sections you will find that integration of the Naga areas is being recognized, and therefore it dates back prior to Indian independence.
Okay.
And therefore,
okay.
It is in fact unfortunate on the part of the Chief Minister of Manipur that he is assuming that we are claiming that belongs to our other neighboring communities. No, this is a right on the part of Nagas, a claim made by the Nagas as a historical claim, and therefore the solution of the Naga political issue will bring solace, will ease down the tension that is prevailing in the entire northeastern states. This will bring benefits. This will help resolve other political issues that are being faced by our neighboring communities.
Right,
and
you have made your point. Let us hold on to your thoughts.
They should also cooperate in finding solutions to the
Mr.
Naga
Kikon,
issue.
please hold on to your thoughts. I'll go to Johnson Ellingbaum, a very well-known social activist in Imphal. The basic argument made by Mr. Achumbemo Kikon is that the Nagas are occupying a land that is traditionally belongs to them, and they have the right to do whatever they want to do. So that is the basic argument, that the integration is something which Achumbemo Kikon of the NPF says has been recognized in the Akbar Haidari agreement. So it goes back before independence. That's what is the argument made by Achumemo Kikon. Mr. Johnson Elengbam, a well-known social activist in Imphal. Mr. Johnson, the Naga peace accord is said to be in a final stage. Is there a sense of apprehension in Manipur that it could have an impact in the state? Mr. Elengbam.
Yes, there is a sense of apprehensiveness in the state at last, because you have seen so many delegations, political delegations are moving around in Delhi, especially for this framework agreement. And very recently, also 2-3 days back, the Chief Minister himself has gone with a delegation and also asserted his government position to the central leaders that there cannot be any compromise with it, in regard to the territorial integrity of Manipur.
Yeah.
And also, there is also a growing apprehensiveness, because the central leaders has not clarified to the last statement which was made by R.N. Ravi, the interlocutor himself, that there was a plan of constituting autonomous Naga territorial council, which the people of Manipur has strongly rejected time and again.
Yeah.
And also the creation of a Pan-Naga cultural body.
Okay.
These two things has been continuously rejected by the people, and it is going to have a great impact if central leader insists to push in these demands, and they try to forcibly pass a bill in the ensuing monsoon session of the parliament. This is what the people are fearing.
Okay. Now, let me quickly bring in Rupa Chandra's view as well from Imphal, the editor-in-chief of Impact TV. Rupa Chandra, is there a lot of apprehension in Manipur? That's the question I was also asking, Johnson Elengbam. Is there a lot of apprehension in Manipur now that the Naga peace accord is supposed to be ready for signature? Rupa Chandra.
Wasbir, I think, since the 18th June uprising, way back when the ceasefire was extended to the territory of Manipur beyond Nagaland, nothing much has changed in ground as far as the Manipuris are concerned. One of the issue that's been being followed after election is the territorial integrity issue of Manipur. So naturally, whenever this issue of Naga talk comes up, the Manipuris are apprehensive about their territory. They are apprehensive about the infringement or balkanization of Manipur, as you call it, when the talk concludes.
Yeah.
So when this framework is being taken up in a very fast-track manner by this present NDA government in Delhi,
Yes.
there's a strong apprehension here in Manipur that Manipur's territory may be compromised. So with the monsoon parliament coming up, and with the talks of the entire framework being discussed in the parliament, naturally the people in Manipur are apprehensive, and that this government has to be very,
Right. Now let me, yes, you have made the point there, Rupa. I'll come back to you very quickly. But let me take a view of the Naga point of view from Manipur. Naga view from Manipur. Let me go to Mr. Seth Satsang, who is the former president of the All Naga Students Association of Manipur. Mr. Seth Satsang, what does the Nagas in Manipur want? Would they want to stay on as part of Manipur, or are they keen on joining other Naga brethren as part of a new administrative unit?
Yeah, we have been from the initial stage. From the beginning, we have been longing for that.
Okay.
To be a part, all the Naga brothers and sisters live together under one umbrella. That is the aspiration of the Naga people.
No, now that means, are you saying, Mr. Seth Satsang, that Nagas in Manipur would like to get out of Manipur and be part of a new administrative unit? Are you saying that?
No, it is not that we are running away from the state of Manipur. Manipur is just for the convenience. It is a state of many communities. Nagas in Manipur joining the Nagas in Arunachal Pradesh, in Assam, in Nagaland, in Myanmar. Doesn't mean we are moving away from Manipur. No, the land that the Naga people is inhabiting today, the settling today, it belongs to the Naga people. We are not settling in any other's land. We are the owner of the
Okay.
land. So joining the Naga brothers and sisters in other states or in other country doesn't mean moving out from the state of Manipur. No.
Okay, now Mayur Bora, you have heard panelists say, now everyone is saying, the government of India is saying that Naga Accord is at a final stage, it's at a very advanced stage and the accord may be signed anytime soon. But the reality that must have forced Biren Singh to go to New Delhi with his entire cabinet despite belonging to the same party, that is the BJP, means that he cannot ignore the feelings and the sentiments of the Meiteis who do not want any kind of a territorial integrity to be disturbed. They even don't want a pan-Naga administrative unit to administer the Nagas in Manipur, even without a change in the boundary. Again, you've heard the Nagas, both in Nagaland, the Naga leaders in Nagaland, as well as the Naga leaders from Manipur. Their argument is that we are laying claim to our own traditional land. This is the land belonging to the Nagas, so we have a right over the land and we should be allowed to do whatever we want as long as we are within the Indian constitutional framework. So this makes the situation extremely complex.
Very, very complex. Actually, from the beginning, if you see the history, the Naga issue and the aggrandizement of the Naga mentality and with which the geographical expansion is also inextricably linked from the very beginning has been an extremely profoundly complex issue. Now what has happened, you see, I have got equal respect for the sentiments of the Naga people and also the Meitei people who are present here today. But if you see, the Naga people are telling that this is an artificial barrier, as if the Manipur-Nagaland divide or the the India-Myanmar, then again Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland and Assam. Everything they want to say, since it belongs to Naga people originally, so they have to reclaim it back, and under that I think the umbrella of Naga nationalism, everyone will thrive. That's fine, I respect their opinion, but whether you must have got your rights, but if your rights are going to violate or impinge upon the rights of others, whether other people are going to be silent on that. I think what Biren Singh has done recently by going to Delhi and making it extremely clear that no geographical infringement of the territory of Manipur will not be, he preempted, and I think after some time, I feel the competitive populism and also thoughts for their own constituency will make the Chief Minister of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh also to voice their opinion, I believe.
Okay, that's a very interesting argument,
Mayur.
You think the Chief Minister of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh will also go to New Delhi and demonstrate their own point of view?
Yeah, I feel, say, Wasbir, this is a day of competitive populism, but I don't want them to go only because of competitive populism, but if they feel that Naga, this aggrandizement of the Naga national thing with equal respect for them, again I am telling, if it violates Assam or Arunachal Pradesh, I think they are going to go. Assam will always say we have been divided number of times from independence, we are not going to tolerate any further this thing. So definitely it is going to be more and more complex.
Hold on to your thought. Let me go to Achumbemo Kikon. Achumbemo, you have heard our panelist. He is saying that, our panelist, Mr. Mayur Bora, a very well-known commentator, Mayur has been saying that they respect the Naga point of view. He also, of course, respects the Meitei point of view, but in the context of the Naga point of view, he is saying that you have your own argument, but what about the rights of the other people? After all, it has been created as different states under the Constitution, States Reorganization Act. This is a constitutional amendment. So, States Reorganization Act, separate states have been created. Now, how can you not respect that? That is a question.
Yes, Nagas respect the sentiments and the rights. Hello?
Yes.
Can I intervene?
Yes, please.
Yes, I got your question. Nagas respect the rights and sentiments of our neighboring communities. That is our top priority. We have been doing that. We will do that even in the near future. But the point here is the land inhabited by the Nagas. We are only asking the government of India, since they have divided without the consent of Naga people, it is their bounden duty to bring it back to one administrative roof. Now, I would like to go further that for the Nagas, in fact, we have been tolerating all through this while you were talking of the state reorganization, which is a part of the Indian Constitution. I'm fully aware of that under Article 3 and 4 of the Indian Constitution, where state boundaries can be altered. It is already there in the Indian Constitution. Now, after the talk started with the Naga national workers, with the government of India, you will find a new state being created like Telangana, curving out from the Andhra Pradesh. Now, if those things are possible within the purview of the Indian Constitution, why it is so difficult for the government of India?
You have made your point.
To
I
bring
think this is a point
Naga
which
areas
requires
which were left out from the Naga state and bring it back.
Yes, Mr. Kikon, hold on to your thoughts. This is a very valid argument that you are making. I will quickly go to Rupa Chandra. We know that Manipur is against any change. Just hold on, Mr. Kikon. Rupa Chandra, we know that Manipur is against any change in its territorial boundary. But now it seems they are against, any Pan-Naga council also is not acceptable to Manipur. So it amounts to a toughening, hardening of stand by Manipur. Rupa Chandra.
I don't think there's been any stances of softening the stance as far as the Manipuris are concerned. From the moment the entire framework issue came out in media, there was huge discussion, and there's always this public cautioning the government that it should not do anything against the interests of the people, which if you translate it means that the territory of Manipur cannot be at any point compromised. So I don't think there has been any instances where the Manipuris have softened their instances to accommodate breaking up their territory. What the Manipuris have been trying to say is that we do welcome the peace process that's going on, and we do want to see a lasting peace in the entire area.
Right.
But that should not be at the cost of the territory of Manipur.
That should not
there's
be.
Been talk about the 6th schedule, and then there's talk about the Naga Territorial Council, which is seen by the entire Manipuri population as one step towards balkanization. So
now,
these are the things which has been being opposed now.
Okay,
as the framework enters this crucial phase,
Johnson
you have this interlocutor who's been trying to push,
almost the same question to you, Johnson Ellingbaum. Manipur's stand that its territory should not be disturbed is well known, but now it seems that Manipur does not even want to allow any Pan-Naga autonomous body, or Manipur seems to be against even a boundaryless arrangement to look after Naga interests. Why is this? Johnson.
No, that is very clear. We have put our point quite clear. It is crystal clear that yes, our geographical territory will remain intact. But what you are doing is trying to bring about an ethnic-based division in a state where there is no distinctive area of one ethnic community residing or taking residing in one particular place. So there is no Naga district or no Naga inhabited areas or Kuki inhabited areas or Meitei inhabited areas. So when you try to drop this worm cell in Nepal, which the central leaders are trying at the moment, that there is going to be an ethnic-based nomenclature administrative division, it is going to be a bombshell. There will be a repercussion which will be fatal in the entire law and order, the entire fabric of our very existence. And there will be a repetition of what we have witnessed in 1993. So this is going to be a big political blunder, and I am assure you, if the government of India continues to insist with these kind of things, which the people of Manipur has totally rejected, I think the answer, my humble answer is, it is unimaginable scale that the center will
right. I will have to go for a break, but before that, very quickly, Mayur Bora.
Yeah, if I can butt in, Wasbir. See, let us for the time being forget that hypothetically Assam and Arunachal Pradesh are not involved. Let's presume only Nagaland and Manipur are involved. And you have seen in last half an hour, the gentleman from both the sides, they have said, and he has used strong words of unimaginable scale. That means they are not going to respect whatever feelings have been echoed by our Nagaland people from the other side. So my appeal is very, very simple. Can the civil civil society, and especially for the people of Naga origin who are in Manipur, that one gentleman is already there on the panel, can they take an initiative where some sort of via media can be worked out? Otherwise, if we are going to insist on that, saying the name of that, history is always a contested territory. And let me tell you with all humility at my command, history about the contested territory of Northeast is further contested. So that's why I think it will not be easy to find a solution. We have to keep in mind, because we have suffered enough because of all this situation in the last 70 years. We cannot allow this thing to happen further and exacerbate and aggravate
absolutely,
further.
Mayur. Everybody is looking for an acceptable solution to the Naga problem, acceptable solution to
And
the Naga
workable
problem.
also.
Workable and
And
acceptable
acceptable.
solution. On this note, we'll go for a short break. Stay on. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Mr. Kakairalu, you know, with territorial reorganization of northeastern states looking impossible, you know, that is the reality, let's face it. Do you think the concept of Nagalim, do you think the concept of Nagalim is left as only a dream? Mr. Kakairalu.
It is not a dream, it is a reality, because whether you are on the Manipuri side of the British dissected territory or on this Nagaland side, we are joined together by a common culture. Some uncles live this side, some uncles live that side. Our festivals are common, our hairstyles are common, our dresses are common.
Yeah,
so
even
it's not a
hairstyles.
dream, it's a reality. We are interacting with one another on a daily basis.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to those of Nagas in the Burmese side. It's a daily present reality.
Yeah, but Manipur seems to be toughening its stand, Mr. Kakairalu, because they are opposed to a Naga territorial council or an autonomous council if there are representatives from outside to take care of the Nagas in Manipur. Even that they are opposing, not to speak of territorial issue. Mr. Iralu.
It is a tough stand, and I would challenge, is that the right word? Anyway, I would challenge any Métis king or Manipuri king to show any documents that we have asked for any land from any Manipuri Maharaja to settle down in the mountains. We were the earlier settlers than the present Manipuris, the Vishnupuriyas who have settled in the plains, an intermingled race of the Kachar people, the Muslim people. So these are very late developments in history. And so it's a reality that is being challenged, a historical fact that is being challenged. Our counter challenge will be show any documents to any of us or to the world or to India that our forefathers came and asked land from you and settled down under the Manipur king.
Right.
Absolutely no document like that exists.
Very strong on historical claims there by Mr. Kakairalu. I'm not surprised though. Now, Rupa Chandra, why do you think Chief Minister Biren Singh had to go to Delhi with his entire cabinet? What's the provocation? What is new? That's what I mean to say.
This is an old thing, but things are moving very fast inside.
Yeah.
And this government being BJP and the center being BJP, I think they might have some inside knowledge of what may transpire in the coming parliamentary session.
Right.
And if it comes out without their resistance, if some decisions are taken at the parliamentary level without a visible protest or visible representation from the state government side, they will be the first target. So this government would want to be seen as a government, though BJP, but a government which is fighting for the rights of the people of the Manipur.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. It's all about politics. It's about visual,
Demonstration. All about politics and visual impact, photo opportunity. I will like to welcome here Mr. Elu Nadang of the Naga Hoho joining me from Kohima. Mr. Elu Nadang, you know, Manipur has clearly hardened its strength, hardens its stand, sorry. Chief Minister Biren Singh was in New Delhi recently with his entire cabinet. Mr. Elunadang, can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Elunadang is yet not connected. Mr. I would like to continue with, let me once again then go to Achumbemo Kikon in Kohima. Mr. Achumbemo, how long can one give the historical argument?
Yes.
Now, the government of India is saying that the Naga Accord has reached an advanced stage. Now, do you think the government of India is going to sign on the dotted line without taking into account the point of view of adjoining Manipur? Is it a reality?
Yes, yes. Can I respond?
Respond.
Yes. Hello? Yes, yes, yes. You see, Naga issue cannot be decided at the behest of other historical rights or other political histories. Nagas have our own history. We are also aware of the present reality. We are saying that Naga areas and Naga people who have been divided without the consent of the Naga people and the land should be brought back under one administrative roof. Very simple, very plain.
Okay, so in
our
that case,
people are still there
in that case, Mr. Kikon,
incestually, and even now,
no,
even now they are
it's
still
fine.
there.
You are giving the historical argument is fine, but do you think that the government of India will only take this argument into consideration, and do you think the government of India is going to ignore all other points of view? Is it practical to expect that?
Hello, yes, yes. In as much as the Nagas have historical rights to claim, our neighboring communities also have every right to claim their own land, their own political rights. We are not asking that land that belongs to our neighboring communities. No, we will not take their land and we will respect their rights. That is the stand of the Nagas. We will continue to do so. Government of India, in fact, is, they are trying to instigate some of our neighboring communities to communalize the issue, to provoke one another. I think this is one thing which our neighboring communities, every one of us must understand.
For a response, but
before
that,
we are neighbors, we have to coexist together.
Let me take another view on this subject from another Naga leader. Let me go to Seth Satsang in Imphal. Mr. Seth Satsang, territorial integrity is a very sensitive subject. You know that, I know that, and we all know that. But the Manipur government has made it clear that no decision on Naga Accord should be taken without involving Manipur, without the approval of the Manipur Assembly. What do you think?
Okay, that is not a new thing for us, that is expected. Whoever comes, any government, any CM will oppose to the Naga settlement. But I would say
Biren Singh is not opposing the Naga
settlement. They contradict themselves because the talk is between the government of India and government of the NSC and Naga people. And if they feel that this Manipur state is part of India, they are a part of government of India. So the talk is between the government of India and the Naga people. So here the question of territorial integrity doesn't arise. When they say territorial integrity, it is a challenge to the Constitution of India. The Article 3 clearly says, the creation of new district, bifurcation, it's all mentioned in the Article 3, and it is a direct challenge to Article 3. They should not say that.
Now, what is the road ahead, Ilunadang? What is the road ahead? How do you break this deadlock? Ilunadang, what is the road ahead? Okay, back to Seth Satsang. Seth Satsang, how do you break this deadlock? What is the road ahead? Seth Satsang.
There is no deadlock here. The talk is going on. Progress may be very slow, progress may be very fast, we do not know. It is on. We are very hopeful that there will be a political settlement. So there is no deadlock. The only issue, the only problem is government of India doesn't have the determination to settle the Naga issue. So long as they have the determination, they have the commitment
Okay.
to settle the Naga issue, government of Manipur doesn't have any say.
No,
Because
Moyur Bora.
No, I'd like to respond to what Nadang is telling.
Yeah.
creation
No,
of
he was not
new
Nadang,
states
he's,
or
Seth Satsang.
Yeah,
bifurcation of states.
Okay.
Sorry, just I'd
No,
like
it's
to
all,
say,
it's a constitutional matter. If the central government is responsible enough, they can tell the government of Manipur, government of Nagaland, government of Assam, government of Arunachal to just shut up for a while, no? Like
I
the
think it is a
center.
very strong word he's telling, but anyway, I'll discount that. What he is telling, that if it is a bilateral relationship or negotiation between Government of India and particular NSCN faction, then I think other parties will not come into the picture. I think this is not going to happen because all other parties are involved. Their territories are involved. So it is bound to come. And secondly, and more importantly, if I can take 2 points from what Kikon was telling earlier, the second point what he was hinting at, if some people are trying to stoke up passions, if some people are trying to create a frenzy and fishing in troubled waters, that is condemnable. We must try, government has to try, both central government and the respective state governments, to douse those flames. Okay. But more importantly, what he shared initially, I think that's a very important point. He was telling about the importance of history. History is nothing but a calibrated conversation of the present with the past so that we can arrive at a better future for everyone. But when you harp on history being only very narrow focus, then I think we tend to lose the broad side of history. History cannot be very, very narrow.
History
and
cannot
they
be
may
narrow.
be asking, I am on whose side?
You have to keep in focus the broad picture as well. Johnson Ellingbaum. So the Naga Peace Accord has hit the Manipur roadblock, isn't it? Johnson.
Yeah, that is a wrong perception because we have from the very beginning said that the demand or the what you call the hard work which the central leaders in NS and IM leaders trying to bring about a lasting peace in Nagaland is well appreciated, and it is also wished by the general people of the entire northeast India that a permanent solution should come to Nagaland. But at the same time, in finding a peaceful deal to have a permanent in Nagaland should not bring instability or chaos or bring just to foil the peace and tranquility of the neighboring state. This is what we have said and have been continuing with this position till today. So whatever the central leader wish to do for finding a permanent solution to Nagaland is acceptable. They can do anything within the limits of the geographical limits of Nagaland, and whatever they wish to do in the neighboring state must be in full consultation with the counterpart states, and that cannot be abrogated by anyone. And that is also the commitment given by the Union Home Minister to all the stakeholders of of Manipur, that we will not be jump. Whatever decision they have to take, it will be in full consultation with all the stakeholders of the state.
I am joined now by Mr. Elu Nadang of the Naga Hoho. Mr. Elu Nadang, can you hear me, first of all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Elu Nadang, the argument given by the Naga leaders so far in this discussion is that the land owned by the Nagas in Manipur belongs to them. They have historical rights and traditional rights over the land, and therefore they can do anything with the land. So history has to be taken into account. But my question to you, Mr. Elu Nadang, if the government of India is saying that the Naga Peace Accord is at an advanced stage, now can the accord be signed by ignoring the viewpoints of everybody else? This is my simple question to you.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me? My question to you, Elu Nadang.
Hello.
My question to you, Mr. Elu Nadang.
Yes.
Mr. Elu Nadang, can the Naga Accord be signed? Can the Naga Accord be signed by ignoring the point of view of other people?
It's coming.
I think we'll go back to Elunadang. We will go back to Elunadang. But Mr. Kakairalo, what is the road ahead? You know, that is what I want to know from a seasoned leader like you, from a seasoned Naga leader like you. I want to know what is the road ahead. The center then may be left with no option but coming up with a separate package for the Nagas in Manipur. That may be the only option left with the center. Separate package for the Nagas in Manipur. Mr. Kakairalo.
If what I know about the present framework agreement is concerned, they are going to have an umbrella-like thing covering all the Naga territories in Manipur, Assam, Arunachal, and Nagaland. Burma is excluded. And through this umbrella, the Manipur Nagas living in the present Manipur state will have access to direct developmental funds. In the former practice, it was going to the Manipur government, and then only a little portion was reaching the hill areas. But now they will have financial autonomy.
Okay, Mr. Iralo, hold on. At this point in time, I go for a short break, but stay on. When I come back, I shall continue with this very engaging discussion on the Naga Peace Accord. Welcome back. I would go straight to Kohima to Mr. Elunadang of the Naga Hoho. Mr. Elunadang, I've got a simple question for you. The government of India is saying that the Naga Accord has reached an advanced stage, that it may be signed in any time now. My question is, can the government of India sign the Naga Peace Accord by ignoring the viewpoint or points of view of the Métis and other people in the neighboring areas?
Yes. Hello? Hello?
Please speak. Please speak.
Yes, yes. Yes, the Naga people have initiated various forms of dialogue, people to people dialogue with various communities. We do respect the interests, the rights of the other communities, but the government of India should not decide things at the expense of the rights of the Naga people. Hello?
Yes, carry on. Carry on with your argument. Yes. Okay, there is a time difference. I don't know, there's a technical problem with Mr. Elunadang. I was asking the same question to you, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon. I mean, can the government of India, let us be practical, can the government of India sign an accord by totally ignoring the viewpoint of Manipur, for example? That means, in other words, the Naga Peace Accord may be signed, but it may still be a long way ahead.
Yes, yes. I'll respond to that. Even if the Naga territories in the South Naga homeland, that is the present state of Manipur, is carved out and merged with the rest of the Naga areas here and beyond, Manipur state can still remain a statehood. Even if we wish if they get better than that, they also deserve actually. they should also get more status. And therefore, Naga issue, in any case, settling of the Naga issue will help our neighboring communities to get more status. They will also get an opportunity to raise their issue further, and Nagas as a struggling community for all through these 60, 70 years, we will definitely support the movement, the rights of our neighboring communities. We will not ignore them. Government of India also should not ignore that, and we will do that. We will support them. Not only our Meitei friends, even the Assamese, the Arunachalis, wherever we are living together, the same rights that Nagas have, they also have rights. But the question here is, the Nagas are not asking a land that belongs to them. Naga people are inhabiting where our forefathers have settled since time immemorial.
What do you
and
have to say,
the land that
what do you
Nagas
have to say?
settled
What is your
has
point
not
of view,
encroached
Mr.
in
Elunadang?
any way to our neighboring communities.
Okay, Mr. Elunadang, what is your point of view? Mr. Elunadang, what is your point of view? What do you think? If I can ask Mr. Kikon, can you ask Mr. Elunadang to respond? Okay, I think we are wasting a lot of time on that. Mr. Rupachandra, there is a feeling that the Naga Peace Accord,
He's asking
is
that
unable
same
to
question.
move, and some people would like to argue that Manipur has taken the Naga peace process hostage because it has come up with a very strong argument, just as strong as the Naga point of view as well. Point and counterpoint. Where do we proceed from here, Mr. Rupachandra?
It's not only Manipur that will hit the roadblock. Once the Manipur is clear, I don't think the Nagas are going to stop there. As of now, they're going to take it one state by one state. They have dropped the demand of Naga inhabited area in Assam, but will that be forever? Or for that matter, Arunachal Pradesh? Now, as you see, some BJP MLAs have already demanded Dimapur back from Nagaland. I think that's going to unsettle the Nagas further.
Yeah.
So what will happen is, maybe the Manipur block is there, which is being seen as the biggest roadblock, but we must not also forget that the Assamese are there and the Arunachalis are there, which have also made it very clear that no portion of Assam land or no portion of Arunachal land is ever going to be compromised to fulfill the Naga appeasement policy. So I think Manipur is not just the roadblock, but the whole negotiation is being taken up to a level where they want to solve the problem. Cross the bridge as you come, as you
Okay,
say.
Mayur, you have heard, Rupachandra is making that Assamese point of view. Now, you have made that point. Do you think really that, it's how different is the issue between Nagaland and Assam? We have been discussing basically Assam and Manipur. We have been discussing Nagaland and Manipur.
Yeah.
But what about how is the situation in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh different from what the situation in?
No, I think it will be different, Wasbir, only in terms of scale, like the kind of territories and the kind of Naga people or number of Naga people inhabiting in Manipur will be much more than they are residing in Assam. That's why, and the areas covered by Naga people in Manipur is also substantially bigger than what is the situation in the state of Assam. That's why I think Manipur has got the Naga narrative is very, very strong, and in most of the cases it has been supported by some logic and arguments and rationality. But now the Manipuri narrative or the counter narrative which has come,
Equally
they are
strong.
also equally strong. And
Mayur, please hold on.
rational.
I'm once again getting connected to Mr. Elunadang. Mr. Nadang, we are having a bad telephone line with you today. How do you break the deadlock? How can you move ahead and sign the Naga Accord? How to move ahead now? What is the road ahead?
See, the peace talks have been on for last many years. The Nagas have time and again asserted its position. The stand of the Naga people is very clear, but for reason best known to the government of India, they have delayed the settlement. Now, the government of India has involved various agencies to instigate other communities to disturb the process. Now, the worry is that the smaller groups, the neighboring communities, their voices are becoming louder, and this is the clear policy of the government of India to disturb the peace process.
Okay.
The Nagas, on their part, have been trying its best to reach out to our neighboring communities.
But now Mr. Nadang,
Yeah.
your main player, one of the main stakeholder from the side of the Nagas is the NSC and IM, and there are the 6 groups from the NNPG which are also part of the peace process now. You have got 7 groups which are representing the Naga people. Are you confident that these 7 groups will be able to take care of the Naga interests?
Definitely. Hello? Hello?
Yes. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Definitely the Naga government have been mandated to talk on our behalf. And we are confident that they will be able to bring or otherwise achieve the wishes of the people.
But another question, Mr. Elunadang, as a
But
important member of the Naga civil society, Mr. Elunadang, would you not like to know in little bit in advance at least the basic content of the Naga peace accord? Would you like to know at least the basic contours of the Naga peace accord, the gist, the summary before it is signed? Would you not like to know that?
obviously, I would like to know the content, but hello? Yes?
Please
Hello?
carry on. We can hear you, Mr. Nadang. Carry on, please.
Yeah, yeah, definitely I would love to see the content of the accord, but if it is not proper or otherwise, if it is not advisable for the people to know in advance, I think it is not wise on my part to insist on their agreement.
Okay, let me ask Mr. Kaka Iralu this. Mr. Iralu, do you think one of the main stakeholders, as I was asking this question to Mr. Elunadang of the Naga Hoho, do you think, Mr. Iralu, that the NSC and IM, which is one of the main stakeholders, do you think they will be able to resolve this issue, all these issues with the government of India?
How exactly it has been resolved will come out in black and white when it is finally announced. Otherwise, we are more or less speculating on this document and that document. The sources may be true, may be false. So we cannot say anything concrete at this present moment.
Okay, now again, let me take a Naga view from Manipur. Mr. Seth Satang, Mr. Seth Satsang, you see, will the Naga MLAs be part of any decision? Now, Manipur has said that nothing should be cleared, nothing should be done without the approval of the Manipur Assembly. Now, there are a lot of Naga MLAs who are members of the Manipur Assembly. Now, will the Naga MLAs be part of any decision taken by the Manipur Assembly, or will you ask them to stay away, even resign? Mr. Seth Satsang.
No, that time will decide. The situation, if the situation demands, the Naga representative, people's representative in the state government of Manipur will definitely withdraw from the support. They will resign. But if at all the situation demands. No?
If at all the situation demands, the Naga MLAs will resign or may be forced to resign. We'll wait and watch. But Mr. Satsang, do you agree that the Naga Peace Accord is a road? It still has to traverse a road that is full of thorns. That means it still has a lot of hurdles to cross.
Yes, this accord signed on 3rd August 2015, yes, it is a way it is a way to, you know, settle the political issue of the Naga people. Yes, of course, there is a lot of thorns, but that so long as government of India has the commitment, so long as government of India has the determination, I don't think there is, you know, a very dangerous thorns.
Now, Rupa Chandra, let me go back to the core argument of the Nagas. I'll come back to you, Mayur Bora, for your perspective on this. Now, the core of the Naga argument is that the land, the narrative is that it is the land which belongs to them, which belongs traditionally, historically to them and the forefathers. Now, my question is, you know, this is the argument of the Nagas. So, there is a very ethnic-based argument, Mr. Rupa Chandra.
I think the whole narrative is the issue. The issue of trying to create different states or different administrative zones based on ethnic. Once this starts, where will we stop? Now the center is playing a very you know, dangerous game. Now it's with the Nagas, but it's not as if the Nagas are also on the same plane, because at the end of the day, it is how the politicians bring about developmental issues into their narratives. What you see in the Nagaland, you have the Eastern Nagaland people complaining against the Kohima, you know, based politic. So similarly, what you will see is the Nagas may be given a, you know, on ethnic base, but that will also trigger off like, you know, a Pandora's box where different communities will start. In case of Manipur, you have the cookies already starting this separate cookie states. Then where will it end? So the whole narrative has to change. The state, the whole narrative of, you know, trying to bring peace in the Northeast has to stop on the ethnic base. It has to start with a developmental base and bring all people together on a developmental plank. Okay, and the government must engage all different groups and say, what is it that you want for progress, rather than, you know, play small politics of appeasement.
Okay, Achumbemo Kikon, you have heard Mr. Rupa Chandra. You have heard Rupa Chandra saying that, you know, even the Nagas are not on the same plane. Mr. Kikon, Mr. Rupa Chandra in Imphal, Mr. Yes. Rupa Chandra is saying that, you know, even the Nagas have a lot of different opinions. He said that Eastern Nagaland People's Organization has a totally different point of view. They are not accepting the politics as played by the people in Kohima. They have their own issues. So it is going to be a difficult job satisfying all Nagas with a peace accord.
Yes, I got your question. You see, for Nagas, as far as living one under administrative roof is concerned, it is a right, it is a wish, and it is a desire, it is a dream, and it will come to a reality. Our neighboring community, it is unfortunate that they are bickering a little on these small issues, which our friend is talking on that aspect. But for the Nagas, what we are concerned is, so long as this Naga political issue remains unresolved, it is going to continuously disturb the peaceful environment in the entire Northeast, not only amongst the Nagas.
No doubt about that, yes.
If you compare the hardship that has been faced by the Northeastern people, Nagas are the most Nagas are a community who has received the most as far as the suffering is concerned on this struggle, and therefore on the basis of this we are seeking a solution, a peaceful solution. I think there is nothing wrong on the part of our neighboring communities
take this question to
to
Mr.
support
before,
a
to
peaceful resolution, an honorable resolution on the Naga issue,
so
that it also helps them. It will also pave way for our neighboring communities to find a solution of what they are asking for.
Yes,
I think the entire neighboring communities should come forward and help resolve the Naga issue.
Hold on to your thoughts.
Instead of giving conflicting opinions,
let me bring in Mr. Nadang to the debate. Mr. Nadang, the question was that, Naga peace accord has to satisfy even different Naga points of view. Mr. Rupachandra in Imphal talked about the ENPO. They have a different agenda. So, do you think the Naga accord is going to satisfy all Nagas?
Well, as Naga, the core issue is the political settlement. Therefore, ENPO, they may have their own reasons in demanding statehood, but that does not mean that they are against the wishes of the rest of the Naga people. They are equally with the rest of the Nagas, and their goal objective is one. And therefore, that should not be misunderstood by any other communities.
Okay. Now Mayur, I want an outside perspective on this. Do you think the Naga peace accord can satisfy all Naga opinion? ENPO is just one example that I cited. Now, as I have said, Mayur, that NSC and IM and 6 other Naga political groups are part of the NNPG. That means total of 7 groups are now negotiating with the central government. But a major group, that is the NSC and Kaplang and the NNC, Naga National Council, founded by Mr. Fizo, Mr. Kakairalu as the representative sitting on our panel, they are not part of the peace accord. Now, therefore, my question to you, do you think the Naga accord can satisfy every section of the Nagas? Forget about the other communities.
No, I don't think they will be able to satisfy all section of the Nagas, but I think to a great extent, I don't think there is lot of, because what will come, the division with other communities will be so sharp as we have seen in last 1 hour. These minor differences between the Naga tribes or the Naga people will be relegated to the background. Why I have seen, if I try to unravel the mystery or unravel the problem or the complex issue in last 1 hour, what we have seen, the biggest irony is we have seen sharp division of opinion between the Manipur side and Nagaland side, and both are telling about history, both are reclaiming, and first of all they are telling once your geographical sanctity is impinged or violated, then I think the other community is not going to accept. And they are also telling that they do not have full trust in government of India because 2 of the gentlemen have expressed fear that government may try to foment trouble. So, can we make an earnest appeal all the northeastern people and especially Nagaland and Manipur civil societies to government of India that everything has been shrouded in mystery. We have been discussing being clueless about that. So, can it be made available to the people so that people to people contact can be established and some workable solution can be found out?
As Mr. Ilunarang has said that he would also love to see the content or at least know the gist of what is going to be there in the accord. We'll have to wait and watch. Mr. Iralu, do you agree today that therefore that we are coming to the fag end of this debate? Now, do you think the Naga accord still has a lot of hurdles to cross, a lot of difficult path to tread, Mr. Iralu?
It has a lot of hard work to cross. As I have written in the papers, if the Indian government is not very careful about how they solve the problem, Manipur will explode, Assam may explode, and the whole northeast region might explode. Instead of a solution, we may have a disintegration of the whole India falling into pieces. This would never have happened if Nehru had handled the issue in the right perspective at the right time.
This would not have happened if Jawaharlal Nehru had addressed the issue at the right time. That is one of the points which Mr. Kakairalu has made. Now, Seth Satsang, from this, I'd like to again ask you this question. Do you think the NSC and IM, which is one of the main stakeholders, of course there are 6 other groups, we know that. Do you think NSC and IM will be able to resolve largely the issues in their dialogue with the government of India? Mr. Seth Satsang.
Yes, why not? Why not? So long as government of India has the will to solve the issue, Naga peoples are ready. But the government of India, one thing we cannot trust is they, often disown their initiatives. This peace initiative is taken up by the government of India, and now they are disowning slowly by slowly.
Right, right. Mr. Ellingbaum, I haven't been able to come to you for a long time. Mr. Johnson Ellingbaum, what is the road ahead? Because we want to know, we want to get a sense of how this deadlock can be broken. What are your thoughts, Mr. John Ellingbaum? Johnson Ellingbaum, yes.
We have proposed so many suggestions to the interlocutor himself, to the Honorable Prime Minister, to the Honorable Home Minister, that whatever the central leader wish to do away with Nagaland, they can do it. But whatever the central leader wish to do with other state must be in full consultation with the state governments and also with the respective stakeholders of these states. And also we have suggested some technical propositions also, that whatever the Nagas brothers wanted can be well reflected in the existing laws of the land. For example, in the case of Manipur, we have the Autonomous District Council Act, which is purely an act which is entitled for the development and the growth of the hill regions. So I think in terms of funds or in terms of developmental aspect.
But your technical suggestions, you have said that you have given so many suggestions, several suggestions, but the traditional land, that argument of land, the claim over land, of course it is the Nagas' land, the argument with which they present the case, the historical rights, the traditional rights of our land, and they can do anything with their own land. So where does your suggestion stand against the Nagas' land argument? Ellingbaum.
Yes, this is a universal concept that land and the people are inseparable. This applies to every communities which are residing in our state for the last 2000 years. Now, if that is the case for the Nagas, then it is also the case with the Meiteis. Then it is also with the case with the Kukis in some place. So I think this cannot be taken into consideration in coming or deriving to a kind of administration which is totally going to be based on ethnic lines. This is going to bring uncertainty, chaos, and some kind of mistrust among the various communities, and it is going to be just opening of another Pandora box. So I think we will not accept this kind of arrangement. Whatever has to be done can be accorded with the existing laws, and we have continuously said that
this is the fundamental contradiction between the two narratives. The one narrative is telling that let land be, and our right, which is based on historical facts, will be the sole deciding factor in coming out to the signing the agreement part. And the other people are telling, the Manipur people, they are telling that land cannot be the sole guiding force in deciding about the fate of this agreement.
Absolutely.
So it is going to contradict, and if you abdicate everything to the government, ultimately since they themselves are not very trustworthy about the government, they don't trust government fully, I think the civil society groups of both Nagaland and Manipur have to play a much more bigger role and a more proactive role so that some workable solution can come out.
Let me ask Mr. Achumbemo Kikon. Achumbemo Kikon, I have not forgotten the fact that you belong to the opposition Naga People's Front. My question to you, Mr. Biren Singh has gone to New Delhi with his entire cabinet. Mr. Biren Singh has gone to New Delhi to make its government's point of view. What are you expecting from Mr. Nefurio? Nefurio is also an alliance partner of the BJP. The BJP is very much a part of the government in Nagaland. What is your expectation from the NDPP-led government in your state?
We are expecting our Chief Minister to stiffly oppose the statement made by his counterpart because he also knows the history. He represents the state of Nagaland and they are running the government now. But for the NPF, since this is the oldest regional party in the northeast, we stand firmly on integration of the entire Naga areas, which then the state of Nagaland have also passed 4 times, starting from 1964, 1970, 1994, and 2003. 4 times it has been adopted in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly. And for the opposition, like the Naga People's Front, this party, since it has also spread its wings in Arunachal as well as in Manipur, our party will stand firm on this issue. We will not compromise, and we expect our Chief Minister to toe the line, but even though we are from a different political background, I think this is an issue that relates to the interest and the rights of the Naga people.
Now,
but
Mr.
I
Kikon.
would like to reiterate that our neighboring communities, we will never encroach their rights, and therefore they should also support and
Yes,
respect the rights
but
of the Naga
Mr.
people,
Kikon,
the right and the
Mr.
desire
Kikon,
and the wish of the
Mr.
Naga
Kikon,
people to live under
Mr.
one
Kikon,
administrative
hang
rule.
on, Mr. Kikon, but
Yes.
your
Yes.
Chief Minister, Mr. Nefurio, has not come out and not contradicted what Mr. Biren Singh has said. He is just silent on this issue in the last couple of days.
Yes, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that the Chief Minister is remaining silent for the past couple of days, as you have rightly pointed out. Anyway, better late than never. We are still expecting that he should raise the concern of the Naga people. And if the Manipur CM is behaving like that, I think it is on his part, as the Chief Minister of the state of Nagaland, to talk to him personally at a personal level, since they are of the same capacity. See, he is also running a government partnering with the BJP, who is ruling the central government. And therefore, it is their bounden duty to immediately intervene and ensure that the desire and the rights of the Naga people is protected.
Mr. Elunadang, what is your expectation? I'm running short of time. Mr. Elunadang, what do you want the Nagaland Chief Minister to do now? What should be his role?
Under his chief ministership, the Nagaland Legislative Assembly has passed a resolution for integration of Naga inhabited areas. Therefore, we are hopeful and we look forward that at the right time, at the right moment, he will assure the rights of the Naga people and stand by his resolution.
Will the Naga Hoho give a formal appeal to Mr. Nefurio, once again remind him? Will the Naga Hoho remind Mr. Nefurio once again?
Yes, we will definitely remind him to stand firm for the aspiration of the Naga people.
Right. Let me go to Mr. Rupa Chandra. We are running absolutely short of time. Do you think now the time has come for the government of India to also discuss with the civil society in Manipur, as one of our panelists, Mayur Bora, has been suggesting? Mr. Rupa Chandra, do you think government of India should now discuss seriously with the stakeholders in Manipur as well?
Yeah, no, they have been doing that. The government interlocutor has been visiting Manipur several times. They've been talking to intellectuals, they've been talking to CSOs, and whatever they have to know, what the feeling about the Manipuris have been made amply clear. But the only thing is that the central narrative has not been able to go out of that periphery of this ethnic based solution, which will in fact in long term impact the entire Northeast in a very major way. So the only way we can bring lasting peace in the entire Northeast is to move away from the ethnic based narrative to a developmental based narrative. When we are looking at an Act-East policy where you want to make the Northeast into a gateway for the Southeast Asia, you have to bring all these people on board.
Right, absolutely. We bring everybody on board, change the narrative. Lastly, Mr. Kakairalu, are you an optimistic man at the end of the day? Mr. Kakairalu.
I am not optimistic. The issue, the Indo-Naga issue is an international issue. It needs a higher platform than the Indian Home Department or the Burmese Home Department. It is an international issue dating back to 1929. And the issue is one of, I have already stated in the last show, I won't restate it again,
Right.
but it has got international implications.
Okay. Same question to you, Mr. Seth Shatsang. Are you optimistic at the end of the day that everything will be fine, that the Nagas from Manipur will also get what they are dreaming for?
Yes, yes, it will be. I'm very hopeful because it is the government of India who is injecting to, terminate the hatred among the different communities living here. When the Naga settlement comes, it is not that Naga people from in the state of Manipur take away the land, go away somewhere and live somewhere else. They will continue to live here.
Right.
And the people here, for example, the Métis, they will remain forever a neighbor. We will stay together for the rest of the century.
Okay.
They cannot isolate from the reality of the Naga economy, and the Naga people also may not be able to isolate from the reality of the Métis economy.
Very
so,
true. Very true.
We will live together for the rest of the century.
We'll have to
We are
live
very
together.
hopeful.
True. Moir Bora, your last
Yeah,
words.
yeah. See, I have an appeal for the leaders from both the communities. I really respect your rights to represent your communities and be their voice as vociferously as you have done today. So let us be on the side of our communities. But at the same time, let us not forget, all of us should be also on the side of peace, harmony and humanity. I think that's the only message and appeal I want to give to all the people, because this is going to be a thorny issue. It is not going to unlock anytime soon, as Iralu has rightly indicated at the end.
Absolutely, Moir Bora, you're bang on there. This is still lot of grounds to be covered. We are all want that the Naga issue needs an acceptable solution. There is no doubt about that. But we must also be practical to realize that still lot of grounds remains to be covered. We hope that all the states, the government of India, the stakeholders, and the entire Northeast, the states concerned, are able to reach a solution that is acceptable and to the satisfaction of all concerned. On that hopeful note, we end this edition of Northeast Tonight. I thank all my panelists. Good night and goodbye.